Hi everybody, it is Amanda Ramirez, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking all about my tattoo. I got this tattoo for my birthday, and it holds extremely special meaning to me. And I just wanted to um, just explain why I got it and how long I've wanted it and the meaning behind it and that kind of thing. So, um, let me see. I was the meaning behind this tattoo is um, first I kind of built um, the tattoo around the cross because the cross is the first thing that I wanted. I initially just wanted a cross by itself, so it would have looked like that, but I wanted a cross by itself, and that's at first what I felt I was gonna get, and um, I decided that I wanted to put a verse with it. So it was either between John 19:30 or Luke 9:23, which Luke 9:23 is um, the verse regarding um, if you are my disciples, lay down your life, pick up your cross, and follow me. Um, so it was either that verse or John 19:30. So first, I really wanted Luke 9:23. Like to me, that's what it meant. It was just like a reminder of putting God first daily in your life and that kind of thing, and um, being an example of being His disciple. And then I started um, kind of looking into other verses that could also have to do with the cross, and I stumbled upon um, the verse of Jesus's last words on the cross, and the verse John 19:30, which is what I chose. It reads, "When Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, 'It is finished,' and bowed his head and gave up his spirit." And to me, that was just so. It was so much more powerful than, not that any verse is more, than any other ones, but I don't know, it just kind of hit me in a different way of, um, Jesus just being on the cross and saying, everything that, I've gone through, everything that you're ever going to go through in your life after me, because of this act that I've done of dying on the cross, it is now finished. Anything that you go through is not, you're not going through it alone, and I've taken your sins and, um, laid it on the cross, and to me, it had much more of a powerful, I don't know, it just resonated to me more than Luke 9:23. Not that that's not an amazing verse, because it is, and I love that verse, but it in the end, I ended up getting John 19:30. So it is in my mom's handwriting, which she finds very weird that I now have her handwriting on me for the rest of my life. But I just had her write down some verses and picked to have her handwriting on me. So I think it's cool. She thinks it's creepy, but whatever. So yeah, experience. Like I've said, it was my birthday, and my sister was like, let's go. We're gonna go get your tattoo. That kind of thing. And I hate pain and I hate needles. So I think she was just kind of wondering if I was really going to do it or not. And we got there, and the place is called Elite Tattoo Gallery. And we got there, and the place was extremely clean, extremely just very nice place. And they were like, what do you want to get, and that kind of thing. And I I actually based the cross drawing of it from a tattoo that Kelly Clarkson has, because I had always wanted a tattoo of a cross, but all the crosses I had seen were either Celtic or, um, just, I don't know, it just wasn't a solid normal cross like this. So I looked it up, and Kelly Clarkson has a cross that is pretty much, oh, this is bright, is pretty much identical to mine because I based mine off of hers. Lower the brightness so you guys can see it. But I pretty much based my cross off of hers just because it was the only kind of normal cross that I had seen on somebody. I had seen very thin crosses. I had seen crosses that it just didn't look even, kind of things. So I did base mine off of hers, and it came out perfect. So, um, but I had wanted this tattoo, like I said, for 13 years. I did not just sit and decide to do this. It had always been in the back of my head. I had always, on and off kind of ran it by my parents, to which their answer was always no. And, I was turning 30, and I was just like, you know what? Let's go do it. Like, what's going to happen? So, I did kind of build the tattoo all around this cross. And the cross is actually, I did model it after a cross that Kelly Clarkson has tattooed on her wrist, but the meaning for my cross has a different meaning. Um, my cross is based off of this cross here that I have from when I was born. I was born very sick. I was born premature, and there was a period where we didn't know if I was going to survive or not. So my parents had me baptized by a priest, and his name was Mauricio Clemente, and he gave my parents this cross after I was baptized. And this is actually the oldest thing that I have in my possession. I have had this for 30 years. Um, I've had this since I was born, and I've always had it. And I just, for me, getting the cross tattooed, I wanted to, in a way, kind of make sure that I always had the cross with me. So whether I lose this one day or something happens to it, it this does, I do cherish this, and it does have special meaning to me. And but if something were to happen to it, I I now permanently have it with me. So this actually signifies, this tat actually signifies this cross. So yeah, and I brought it with me while I got tattooed. I held on to it whenever it would hurt a little, and um, I think even in the clip you can hear my sister say, just hold on to the cross, just look down at your cross, don't think about the pain. So it means a lot to me. It signifies a lot to me. So um, yeah, that is why I have this cross tattooed on my wrist. So, and again, like I said, with the verse, just it being Jesus's last words on the cross. So, um, yeah, I've had it always with me, and I just will now always have it with me. So, this is my little inspiration for my tattoo. So, yes, um, yeah, I love it, and it's just a beautiful reminder of many things to me. So, thank you, Jesus. So, yeah, this is why. Like I said, I got there. I was a little bit nervous, and I went and sat in the chair, and I asked the artist. His name is, I'm trying to remember what his name was. His name is Vincent, I believe. And I asked him whatever questions I wanted to ask him. And yes, his name is Vincent Nelson. I asked him any questions that I wanted to ask him whenever he did anything. I asked him, what are you doing? What is that? Kind of thing. So he put the stencil on, and he, positioned it. We moved it around a few times, and he was like, "Okay, I'm going to start." And he started with the numbers first, and I remember just thinking, "Okay, okay," kind of thing. And um, when he got to some of the John, it started, kind of bugging a little bit. But when he got to the cross, is when it really just it felt like somebody was just like digging, yeah, which is what he was doing. He was, moving around the tattoo machine around. But it feels like if you have a cut that's like exposed and then you pour peroxide on it, that's what it feels like. Like that sting that you get from peroxide being put on a cut, that's exactly what it feels like. I know people say it feels like a cat scratching a sunburn. I wouldn't know how that feels. So to me, it didn't burn. I don't know why they put the whole sunburn thing in there. It, to me, it didn't burn. Um, it just really felt like somebody putting peroxide on a open cut. So it only took like 3 minutes, maybe less. Like I kept sitting there. I asked him if he would take a break if I wanted him to, and he was like, "Yeah, sure." So like for each segment of the cross, I had him take a break. Like he would do one thing, and I'd be like, "Okay, stop," and then he would do the next, and I'd be like, "Okay, stop." What hurt was the cross. It was the most uncomfortable and most stingy. But yeah, I mean, if I can get through this, anybody can, really. But yeah, that's it. Like it was just small and simple, and it's still in the healing process, so that's why it looks a little ugh. But yeah, you just make sure you put your medicine on it and that whole thing, and you know. So, am I ever gonna get any more? I think I'd have to really, 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 really want whatever it is to get another one. But I'm happy with this. This is all I've wanted forever, and I'm happy that I got it. So, um, in the next clip, I will be attaching the footage of when I got it. It we did cut it off at the end because my sister started talking to me because I kept asking him to take a break, and she kept telling me, if you just ignore it, pay attention to something else, you won't have to keep asking him to take a break. So um, I did watch. I know that there's some people that they look away or they have music on, and I did bring music, and I was planning on listening to music. But once he started, I just kept staring at what he was doing. So he was like doing the thing, and I just kept watching. So I didn't really have anything to distract me. I mean, I did, but I was just so like in shock that it was happening that I just kept staring at what he was doing. So, yeah, I will put the footage in. The next clip will be me, getting the tattoo, and it's still in the healing process. It's not even a week old. So, in a few weeks, it'll be done for. But, yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I don't know, I just at times just stare at it and think that it's going to go away, but it's not. So that's all good. So yeah, next thing will be the footage of me getting the tattoo. And like I said, I do apologize for the abrupt, ending of it. But yeah, so next is the footage. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Great.
The quicker you get it done, the quicker it's over. Told you. All right. You got this. Go ahead. You got it, Amanda. Hold that cross, spray.
One second, please.
See what I'm saying though? The quicker you get it done,
I know.
then he's done. You don't have to keep going and stopping.